what do you think about buying links on Fiverr? Um, we we actually used to buy links on Fiverr. We used to buy links on Fiverr more often than we do now. When's the last time you bought a link on Fiverr, Nick?
About a week ago.
Okay.
I don't buy on Fiverr like I used to,
hmm
but I'll still use it here and
We
there.
used
Yeah.
to we used to buy like kind of knowing it was kind of
No.
like spam shit on Fiverr, as part of like the pillowing process, if that makes any sense,
Hmm.
and just using the crappy spam in a little bit of a more natural way. I know that may not make a lot of sense in some of your brains, and we're not exactly even really recommending to do this either, because it's kind of a little bit more of an advanced thing. We're basically using what we know are low quality links to add insulation to the site, just because, yeah, it's just more randomness essentially, right? And so it's not something we really do a ton of. It's just something kind of do every now and then. It's kind of part of like the foundation, or what we call like a pillowing process, I guess. Um, but yeah, I mean, so Fiverr is like its own beast, right? And you can probably find some decent things on Fiverr, but you're kind of searching through a little bit of a minefield, right? There's a bunch of, I mean, would you think it'd be safe to say that probably the large majority of, or the extreme majority of things on Fiverr are not things you would recommend people to buy as far as backlinks go?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I mean, that's just kind of where it is. But like I said, you can kind of use it in your own way if you kind of know what you're doing. But if you're new to link building and you don't really have a good understanding of the stuff, like if you're asking this question, my advice would probably be to just stay away from Fiverr for now until you kind of get a better grasp of stuff. Maybe you want a shitty spammy blog comment blast at some point, or maybe you want I don't know what else can you get on Fiverr, Nick? A Web
Oh God,
2.0s or something.
anything. Stuff I like that's really spammy, like .edu crap links. Uh, Different geographic
Oh, that's one.
directories,
Yeah, I haven't done that in a
stuff
while.
like that. I'll even use link farm guest posts
Uh,
sometimes, depending on what I'm doing. Yeah, I mean, like a lot of this increases crawlability to the website as well. And so Chris was mentioning that if you do it in a more natural way, you can get away with it. And the way you do that is by doing natural anchors to the homepage. And, that's going to limit risk. And if you're diversifying these kind of um crappy links with the blue chip links, you'll come to find
Good
that
links.
this mix, yeah, um, can create some really positive momentum for a website. But like Chris said, it takes me back to early days of SEO, or like my early days of SEO, where I spent a lot of money on Fiverr, and that was where I gravitated to, was that or shady ass services in the butthole of Facebook SEO groups. Where you're like IMing somebody that you don't know if they're just going to take your money and then give you crap, which happen all the time. And I'll say that you burn through a lot of money sites and money in general, kind of learning to navigate Fiverr or low end backlinks. And so it's much better to have a kind of keen eye on backlinks in general, if you're going to go over there and try and find recipes that will work for you. In my opinion, while a lot of newer people like to go to Fiverr because of budget, I actually think Fiverr is more of an advanced kind of tactic, and I wouldn't really ever recommend using it as your only supplier of backlinks, because there's not a lot of quality on there, and there's definitely not a lot of high quality on
Yeah, I
there.
think that's a good way to explain it. What you just said. It's I think a lot of people look at Fiverr more when they're new and they're like, well, the
Hmm.
prices are better here and they
Yeah.
have everything. But that's what you should not look at it as. You should look at it
Yeah.
as low quality spam crap to use in an intelligent black hat way, if that's what you want to do. And for that purpose, it can be very good. But like Nick said, you also need to use it alongside the good stuff, not just, piling on only the bad stuff, essentially. But when used in conjunction with the good stuff and more an intelligent overall plan, it definitely has its place. But we can't really recommend it for the majority of people. I think we just don't want to cause you any trouble, right?
Because I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago that I probably spent the most on Fiverr that I had, and it was something like 27 grand on. Now, it's not just going to include backlinks, probably a bunch of random gigs too, but out of that, you'll come to find that unless you're strategically using spam to where you don't care because you understand what you are ordering. If you're expecting like any of that to work out on its own, it would just be a complete bust.
Yeah.
My opinion.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to check the links below for more info on this topic, as well as other cool stuff like SEO case studies, our Facebook community, and our link building services. And like always, please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thanks, and happy ranking.